So now, here, where does Yeshua take this word seed? About the seed of the Torah. I will share with you. I will share with you. Let's go in Genesis 3. This is deep now. This behind of the letter of the Torah. So from natural to spiritual. This is I said, Yeshua, not myself, I said that. It is Shaul said the Torah is spiritual. From the letter to spiritual. Because he's talking now with the flesh. If you remember in 1 Corinthians, he's talking about how fleshy you are. So now here we're gonna read in Genesis 3. Genesis 3. I'm gonna read here. And unto Adam he said. By the way, we are going now to the thorns. I was speaking about the thorns. The thorns where the seed put in if it is in the thorns. Now look at this, how also Yeshua took from this from the Torah. And he said here, how it is the relation with this. And unto Adam he said, because Elohim said, thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I have commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow thou shalt eat of it all the day of thy life. From natural to spiritual. What is spiritual from this? He is talking about the ground. If you remember, Yeshua said the ground, when you make the interpretation of the sower of the seed, the ground is our heart. Our heart. How we cultivate the Torah to meditate day and night. This is our cultivation. That is the spiritual. And 18. Thorns are also, and thistles shall it bring forth to thee. And thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shall thou eat bread till return unto the ground, for out of it was taken, for dust thou art, and unto the dust shall thou return. You see the connection? You see the connection? Because you are the temple of Elohim. What is it Shaul said? You are the temple of Elohim. This is our body, our flesh. So now, when Elohim said here, this is how the teaching of Yeshua. Thorns. He's speaking about thorns. What does Yeshua said? Those who are thorns. And what is the meaning of the thorns? The cares of life. Mo ay makapandol sa tao. With the cares of life of this world will stumble his people. We're gonna read it. Okay, the thorns. The explanation of Yeshua. When we sown the seed in the thorns. And that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth and are natukan with cares and riches and pleasure of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. You see, there's no more fruit when we sow our seed in the thorns. Because if we look at in the riches of the cares and the riches of this world, the pleasure of this life in this natural, it doesn't bring any fruit into perfection. And we go back to what Yeshua said. So you see what he said here in the thorns? Thorns and thistle that shall bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. So in the sweat of thy face, in the sweat, sa singot sa atong mga dagway, shall thou eat bread. So from natural to spiritual, mo gingon niya ngadto ni Adam. Hala pagkugid ng kuan, cultivate ang imuhang yuta. The ground is our heart, and Yeshua explained that the ground is our heart. When we cultivate the Torah, it's the water in us. We are, when we cultivate, diba? When we cultivate the soil, we dig the soil para mahumok ang soil, and then it gives air to the plants. That is the purpose of the plants. Why we cultivate it nourish. So the same when it is planted and watered. When you water that, then His Elohim give great increase. You see the teaching of Yeshua from natural to spiritual. This is in Genesis, but Yeshua teach in the spiritual way of the Torah. One, he speak about In by sweat, why is sweat? Because the thorns is, it become choke if we sown our seed, the Torah, we receive thrown in the cares of life. What will happen? What does he said? Yeshua, this is what Yeshua said. It will give no fruit and not come into perfection. The riches of this world, the pleasure of life. This is where it comes. This is the you see the teaching of Yeshua. If you understand that, very beautiful. That is from the Genesis. This is where Yeshua speak about the parable of the sower. Diba? Ay, you will enjoy that. I hope you enjoy. You understand that the word, you parallel the parable of the sower and in Genesis 3 concerning the thorns. Adam must work hard for the Torah spiritually. Because what is Adam? Mankind. What's happened when they were thrown out? Huh? Because you have listened to the voice of thy wife and eaten the tree which I commanded thee, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shall eat of it till the day of thy life. His curse. They were thrown out. They were given the coat of skin. This is our flesh now. And this is what Yeshua will redeem. And He's already redeemed our spirit, man. This is why we have to water, to work out. This is why we are to dig. Ang atimano na to ang gihatag nga liso, gihatag nga liso ni Yeshua, which is the Torah. To meditate the Torah day and night. Why? Is for the reason, the Son gives the reason. The Torah is perfect, converting the soul. And it is. And those who are guarding of them, there will be a great reward. And what does Shaul said? There will be a reward. The Torah will be given. Those who work on the Torah will be given reward. This is how we eat the Torah. This is how we water. And it is Elohim who give the increase. He will bring us into understanding, to make us one. This is how the foundation of the body of Messiah. Everyone must grow together because everyone need the stone of the temple of Elohim. This is Shaul said. You remember? So if we go back here, you see how beautiful the teaching of Shaul when he speak about the watered, who plant, watered, and he give growth or increase. It's Elohim. This way is not possible. That this how we hold. We need another. If you read that in Ephesians, it shall also speak about that. We are one body. This is the assembly of Elohim, one body. And we should not be in division because it is Elohim. If everyone is learning the Torah, Elohim is give increase. And we become ihad. We become ihad unto Elohim. Ihad, one unto Elohim. One to Mashiach. This is how we will draw. This is why Yeshua said, as Shaul said, that it doesn't matter of how you work your labor. Because what it counts, the reward will be given when in the end of the harvest. This is the parable of the workers also, diba? From the one who work in the morning and the one who work in those who are late. So this is why there is no complaint. If this who know better than us, we listen. If we promote also that we are better than them, where we don't know the Torah, how can you grow? How can one grow? It will not grow. No, this is how we learn one another if we are learning the Torah, because it is Elohim who give the increase and give growth of the Torah. So you see that the connection of 1 Corinthians, the parable of the sower, and the thorns, the thorn, the good ground, from natural to spiritual. The body of Messiah is the temple of Elohim. And it is this body, Shaul speak our body, our flesh. As what Shaul said, walk in the spirit that you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Because this place will go back to dust to dust. Is nothing. The coat of skin, what was received when Adam disobeyed Elohim. And this body will be soon back to immortality. That is the reward for his kingdom. Immortality, it is what does Yeshua resurrection. Yeshua's resurrection. When he came back from after the death, you see, he ate with them. The body is no more affect to the material world. So shalom, I hope you can get a bit nakakuha mo og gamay nga pagtulunan aning teaching ni Shaul. Very beautiful, di ba? If you understand that, how Yeshua take from the Torah, beautiful, di ba? It's deep, from natural to spiritual. So you have to witness that. Everyone must have this. I share this to you because I have seen this. And not long time, but just this few years ago. So I hope also you receive that. So you can meditate that. Just this verse I am connecting. So that it gives more understanding in your learning in the Torah. Meditating the Torah. Meditating. It is Elohim will manifest in our life. He is the one who will change us. Not us. He is the one who will change us. If we are submissive unto his Torah. This is the same Yeshua, submissive to the Torah of Elohim. Because he is the revelation of the Torah. The image of the Torah. He is the body. And we have to be clothed from this Torah. Because this is the connection of Elohim. We connect in Elohim in this dark world. As Yeshua, you are the light of the world. Okay, shalom, shalom. That's all I can share with you. And you meditate for yourself. And you will enjoy his word. It's not me. I share what I have shown you in the writings of Shaul, the word of Yeshua, the parable, and the Torah, which is in Genesis concerning about this Torah, the very important, the Torah, the tree of life. We have to take hold of it. Shalom and hallelujah.